All right, before I even hop into this story time, I gotta address the fucking elephant in the room.
Oh, Josh, you haven't uploaded in so and so days. You broke your promise. You said you were gonna upload and you didn't.
Yes, Bo. Yes, Bo. I know that. I'm very well aware of that. And I apologize for all the bladers that were, anxious. Not anxious, probably not the right word to use. Excited is probably more of the word I was looking for. But nonetheless, I do apologize for all the bladers that were, excited to watch the video and it just not drop. But please, for the love of fish paste, can we not just spam the comments with what happened to the upload schedule? I'm disappointed. This was supposed to go out 5 years ago and other wacky things of that nature, because I promise y'all have cooked me up on a griddle plate magnificent style enough in the past when I've missed my uploads. So please, can we just, please just spare me, please spare me. I've never claimed to be the smartest person in the room or on the planet or at all. Point is, I'm not very smart when it comes to certain situations. And back a couple of years, and when I say back, I mean like maybe almost like 10 years, something like that. I did some of the stupidest shit I think I've ever done, at least in this certain circumstance. Before I even go on any further, I gotta give y'all a little bit of backstory, just a little. But like I said, I was a young man at this time. I think I was like 12 or 13, something like that. Couldn't have been no older than 14 though. I know that for certainty. And my cousin, this isn't the same cousin from the last story, the one that tried to blow up the house, but this was one of my cousins, one of my closer cousins, because I don't talk to all my family all the time, but he was living with me and Mammy. And since my Mammy was working a lot, she wasn't really always home to, watch me while I'm doing absolute fuckery. So that's where my big cousin would come in and he would basically just make sure I'm not doing stupid shit. Although that wasn't the best solution, considering that most times after school, if I had homework, I'd just take it out of my book bag and put it on the top bunk of my bed. Come to think about it, I don't know why I had a bunk bed in my room, considering that, most people that spent the night didn't really spend the night that often. And don't get me wrong, whenever my family would come by, spend the night or whatever, it would be a warranted purchase, only because my little cousins would come over and that's pretty much the only time the bunk bed got used. I'm getting deviously off topic, but I had to share that little rant with y'all. To get back on track, like I was saying though, my mammy would be out at the house a lot of the time just working, so it would be me and my cousin. And I keep referring to him as my cousin, so we'll just give him like a default name. Let's call him Jonesy. And Jonesy at the time I think was like 27, something like that. He wasn't very old, but also not very young. And Jonesy, being a grown ass man with transportation, friends, and all types of anything the fuck else to be doing other than watching their little cousin, he'd want to leave the house from time to time to just go enjoy life, which I don't blame him. And obviously my fuck ass had to tag along because I was too young to just stay at the house by myself. So a lot of the time, and by a lot I mean every single time he wanted to go out and my mammy or someone else wasn't home to watch me, I'd have to come with them. And all I can say is that some of the times, they weren't that bad, me just having to go somewhere because he wanted to go somewhere or had to. But other times it was just absolute fucking cancer. Like I'd genuinely be upset because I'd rather be at home watching fucking SpongeBob or something, not sitting here with a group of random people that I don't know because my cousin got to go do something. And I'm pretty sure, the coin was not too different on the other side. I'm pretty sure he didn't enjoy having to take me literally fucking everywhere. All in all, it was a pretty fair trade-off. I pissed him off, he pissed me off, we were pretty much happy. That was until this one night where he wanted to go see a movie. And I know y'all are probably wondering why I didn't want to go see the movie, or how that's a bad thing. If I remember correctly, I just again did not want to fucking leave the house whenever he wanted to leave the house. Plus I don't even think it was a movie I'd care to see. I don't remember exactly what the movie is. I'd ask him, but I don't have his number. I know, sounds so fucked up, but I just genuinely don't have his number and he moved away. But what we were watching wasn't really the point, at least not of the story. Also, this isn't anything to anything. I mean, well, it's a little bit to something. It includes the story, or it's a part of the story, but it's not really that important. But he brought some friends with him. Like I said, not important, but just makes the story more interesting. But to keep the pee pushing, we end up going to the movie theater. Like I said, he brought some of his friends with him. I guess it was just supposed to be a nice chill experience. And I say that like it went catastrophically terrible. It went decent. It wasn't bad. To keep the pee pushing, we went in, got our tickets. I don't think I got any snacks. I think I did get like something to drink. I think my cousin got me a little thing to drink, if I'm not mistaken. I promise that's going to be relevant in like 2 seconds. But we're all watching a movie, having a jolly good time. And then I have to use the restroom. And this was a pretty big problem because Cause like I said, I was a, little dude. I wasn't really supposed to be wandering around a fucking movie theater by myself trying to find the bathroom. Plus I'm directionally impaired. I'll end up in fucking Guantanamo Bay somehow. But see, my cousin Jonesy, he already knew what the situation was. He knew this was going to be a pain in the ass and he did not feel like dealing with it. Plus he's in a wheelchair, so it just wasn't convenient for him to get up. I mean, I had to pee. He could have let me pee, but like, I guess I understand. So he hands me an empty cup and he's like, all right, whatever, just pee in the cup. Keep in mind that we're all in the front fucking row, so everybody behind us and like above us, because if you've been to a movie theater, I assume you have. I swear to God, if you haven't, I'm going to be upset. You already know that the movie theater seats, they go at an angle, like the more you go up, like it's a slope, so people can just easily look down on you and see what's going on. That's why if you're trying to scootily poop in the theater, you gotta do it at the top row in the back corner. Don't scootily poop in the theater. I'm just saying that that's how you would do that if you wanted to do that. Don't. And when he said that, I pretty much knew that anyone that could see me would see me. So me and him go back and forth on whether, he should just take me to the fucking bathroom. Even his friends chime in at one point, if I'm not mistaken, and they like tell him to just take me to the bathroom right quick. But he insisted that I just use the cup. So I start using the cup. I just say, fuck it. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm like 12 years old. If I do get in trouble, I won't. And then if you add the fact that I had to pee genuinely super fucking bad, yeah, I just went into the fucking cup. I didn't care. Okay, I lied a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I was a little upset because it's like, bro, I gotta use the fucking bathroom. Can you please just take me? But like I said, I just thugged it out, started using the cup, and then my cousin tells me just pee in the cup. And at this point, I'm on crash out mode. Keep in mind, like I said, I'm like 12 at this point. So my only response to him was to say as loud as I could, damn near, I am peeing in the cup. There was zero doubt in my mind or anyone else's mind that was with us that everybody in the theater heard that. And after that, it was just a really embarrassing moment. Not really so much for me per se, but more so for my cousin. But hey, after that, I was peeing and I was happy and I sat my ass down and watched the movie, I think, or I probably fell asleep or something. I don't know. But yeah, just wanted to share this quick little story with y'all right quick. Again, please let's not spam the comments with, oh, you're late, or oh, you missed the schedule. I know, I'm sorry, I apologize, god damn it, shit came up. Yeah, other than that, hope y'all enjoyed the story time. That's pretty much it for this one. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all make that big red button, big gray button. Obviously make sure y'all like the video if y'all like the video. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye bye.